Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, more than 44 million people since the beginning of this year have lost their job right here in the United States. Not only that, but over 100,000 businesses have permanently shut their doors due to the economic devastations of not only the pandemic, but the draconian lockdowns that followed the pandemic. And right now, many forecasters and analysts and reports are saying that within 6 weeks' time, things are going to get a lot worse. And I'm going to prove it to you in today's report. But I want to just remind you, please make sure you get on over to restrictedrepublic.com. This is a platform that I started with Justice Knight and myself to combat a lot of the censorship that we're facing on platforms right here like YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and the rest of the social media giants. I have been right about a lot of things in the past, and many of you know this because you've followed my channel, and I am right about the massive censorship that is taking place. But you can check it out at restrictedrepublic.com and use the code BAND to get a discount on the monthly rate. It's going to discount at about $2 a month, or even better, you can get an entire year at a $20 discount using that code. And additionally, you get 14 days free on the annual subscription. So check it out and get over there before it's too late. All right, so moving on a little bit, what exactly is going to happen or could happen within a 6-week time frame that many of these analysts and reports are warning us about? Well, you see, we've had such a lax and a lot of stimulation from our government giving us paychecks, giving us the PPE to kind of hold us over. But a lot of that is ending. Take a look at this article here on zerohedge.com. This is why we are facing a 6-week countdown to immense economic despair. Here's another on BuzzFeedNews.com. The real economic catastrophe has not hit yet. Just wait for August. Now, the article goes on. The U.S. economy right now is like a jumbo jet that's in a steady glide after both its engines flamed out. In about 6 weeks, it will likely crash into the side of a mountain. What's kept us in the air so far is an extraordinary government relief effort. In most cases, evictions have been temporarily banned, preventing a mass homeless crisis. Most federal student loan payments have been put on hold, removing one of the largest reoccurring monthly expenses that millions of people face, and banks were ordered to give their customers a 6-month break on mortgage payments if it was requested. Most importantly and counterintuitively, household income sharply increased in April as hundreds of billions of dollars in lost wages were replaced by trillions in government spending. The government sent out more than 159 million stimulus payments of up to $1,200 per adult and more if you had children. And more than 20 million in unemployed people became eligible for an extra $600 a week in federal unemployment benefits. The result, according to Bloomberg, was the largest monthly increase in household income ever recorded. In other words, even though we're already in a recession and depression right now in the US, a lot of the economic devastation was put on hold because of the $1,200 stimulus checks, the PPP, the banning of evictions for a certain time, the pausing of student loans, and the extra $600 a month check. All this stimulus stuff that the federal government dished out kind of put things on the back burner. But now we're coming up on some of those expiration dates. Take, for example, the expiration date on the $600 extra unemployment check per month. Take a look here, CNBC.com. $600 unemployment benefit will likely end July 31st. Evictions will also start to be banned. Take a look, and this is all over the country. I'm just skimming the top here. BusinessInsider.com. As eviction bans across the country start to lift, the U.S. could face an eviction apocalypse. Here's another, NOLA.com. Louisiana ban on eviction ends, risking a tidal wave of New Orleans losing their homes. SFGate.com. California courts may end rental and eviction protections. Now, these stories are happening all over the country. It's not just Louisiana and California. It would literally take me 10 minutes to go through all of those. So I've just kind of shared just a few of them, but bottom line, those eviction bans are starting to end, along with the extra $600 unemployment check starting to end. And again, also the grace period for the student loans will be coming to a close towards the end of September, I believe. But here it is, the loop.ca. Student loan programs interest suspended until September 30th due to COVID-19, the Federal Loan Agency says. Now, obviously, that extended well beyond the 6 weeks, but it's still ending around that same period. Ergo, the timestamp. Now, that's not all. There's also the PPP, the Payment Protection Program, that we have to consider. You see, businesses, if you're not familiar with that, businesses were given money from the government and told, here's a quote unquote loan, but you don't have to pay back this loan as long as you keep your employees. Now, mind you, there's a lot of disclaimers with that. So I'm really scratching the surface here, okay, giving a general kind of the basis of it. But here's the PPE breakdown. But it says you will have to basically pay back the money if you do not maintain your staff and payroll. Then it goes on, the number of staff. Your loan forgiveness will be reduced if you decrease your full-time employee headcount. In other words, you decrease the headcount, the less amount or the more amount you're going to owe back, so to speak. And then it also says level of payroll. Your loan forgiveness will also be reduced if you decreased salaries and wages by more than 25% for any employee that made less than $100,000 a year annually in 2019. So the businesses were told basically, here's the money, keep the money as long as you keep your employees and don't decrease their wages if they make under $100,000. That's really generalized. There's more to it, lots of disclaimers, but needless to say, the idea was to keep your staff employed and then they would forgive you of the debt. But that is going to expire anywhere between 8 to 24 weeks. It was originally 8 weeks, which puts us at this same August timeframe, but they've extended some of them to up to 24 weeks to hire people back or to get on staff and whatnot. But the bottom line is, when that expires and they've gotten their loans back, right, and they don't have to pay the loans, then you could be faced with another quote unquote layoff apocalypse, especially if these businesses are not recouping from the economic devastation. Ergo, and I hope I said that right, but that is what we're facing. Bye-bye $600 extra paycheck, bye-bye stimulus checks, bye-bye PPE programs, bye-bye student loan bans and eviction bans. Bam, you've got a recipe for disaster. Anyhow, I'd love to get your thoughts, comments, and concerns on that. Please don't forget to check out my partner at noblegoldinvestments.com. If you guys haven't converted your 401k, I want to highly encourage you to do that. Look, the economy, as you can tell, is not on a stable path. So you want to make sure you're not putting all your ducks in one pond of the US dollar, right? You want to make sure you diversify and get something maybe in precious metals and gold and in silver. You can diversify it over there at Noble Gold. So make sure you give them a call, let them know Lisa Haven sent you, and go to noblegoldinvestments.com to check it out. Anyhow, I love all of you. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.